Now then, people, and welcome back to another instalment of the Just Joe Football Show. Of course, it's your boy Joe. We're going to get straight into it. I'm going to tell you and convince you why Leeds United are getting Europe this season. The dream is still alive. Tune up that band. We're on our way. Believe it, people. Peace. You heard it right. It's going to be Just Joe, and it's going to be all about football. He showed descent. Bamford, it's in! Yes! Yes! I don't see many more appearances from Pablo. Fantastic inaugural guest. I have to pull out the big guns.
And this is the moment when I take a stand. I've got big...
Well then, people. So, basically, I wanted to do this video because I've been banging that European drum all season long. And I've noticed, as I said on my last reaction to the Manchester United game, there's a lot of people calling me all sorts of names. Absolutely, one person called me deluded. Someone said I needed to take medication. So I'm going to come to you now and use some of your comments and try and persuade and dissuade you. And what I want you to do, if you agree or disagree with me, I want you to tell me in the comments why I'm wrong, why it ain't going to happen, because I'll do another video reacting to them comments as well. But let's get straight into it. I mean, I just want to start with this one first of all. Carla White says, calm down and ask your doctor for new medication. Bit harsh. I'm assuming she's a Man United fan. I'm assuming. But I'm not sure I quite need medication. Look, Leeds United are currently ninth in the table. We have a 6-point gap between us and Spurs. Okay? So you've got Spurs in 7th. And remember, 7th is the spot. 7th is the spot. I'm not saying we're getting Champions League. I'm not saying we're getting Europa League. But this season, there is the inaugural tournament, the Europa Conference League, which one English team can qualify for. I know it's not the dream we all hope for, but Europe, for me, at any level, is good enough, especially in your first season back in the Premier League, especially with a man in charge like Bielsa, because we could do bits in that tournament. And, of course, attract better players, etc., etc., etc. It's all a knock-on effect. So there is one place available. Now, that would normally go to the Carabao Cup winners. Of course, Manchester City have won the Carabao Cup, which then means that it's going to drop down to 7th. It would normally go to the FA Cup winners. But, of course, we have Chelsea and Leicester City both in the FA Cup final, which then means it'll go to league position, which takes us to 7th. Unfortunately, regardless of how many we have all English teams in the Champions League, Europa League, it ain't going to happen. You get one spot, and it is 7th. Now, competing for that spot for me is Tottenham, Everton, and Leeds United. Arsenal, Villa, out of the equation. I might be wrong, but that's the way I'm looking at it right now. We've only 5 games left to go. Okay? So we're in with a shout. We are 100% in with a shout. We've only got 6 points. We have got Spurs left to play as well. I'm going to go through some of their fixtures a little bit later on in the video as well. Let's have a look at one of the comments. Now, Eric Carley says, Joe, as a Leeds fan, you think Leeds can get in Europe? In my opinion, you are deluded. Deluded? Deluded? There's 6 points with 5 games left to go. What's deluded about that? We ain't in 12th or 14th. We're in 9th. With a 6-point gap to bridge. Now, I'm not saying it's nailed on. But to say I'm deluded is wrong, in my opinion. Just like in your opinion, you said I'm deluded. We are 6 points off. 6 points, that's 2 games. With 5 games left to go. And we play Spurs. If we beat Spurs, that gap's 3. Of course, we have to factor in Everton as well. But they've been so inconsistent this season. But I think to say that I'm deluded, I'm not sure that's quite right. Because we're in with a realistic shout of Europe, man. In my opinion, I keep saying in my opinion, but so should you. You know, I was listening to something earlier, and people said, "Well, the season's technically over for Leeds United. You know, we're safe. You know, we've just got 5 games now." No, it shouldn't be like that. You've got to dream, believe, achieve, man. There is a slim chance, but there's a chance all the same that Leeds could creep into that 7th position. 100% for me. Another myth I want to dispel. Is it a myth? It's an opinion, I guess. This video's full of them, innit? But let me just read through this comment first of all. Emmett Oliver, good friend of mine, says, hope we win every game between here and the end of the season, which if we did, by the way, we would get in Europe. Just saying. But do we really want Europa League next season? Answer, yes. Why wouldn't you? Ask yourself why you wouldn't want Europe. Emmett says, are we really ready for it? Were we ready for the Premier League? We still see on videos, I've said it myself, we've got largely a championship level squad. Are we ready for it? Maybe not. But, I mean, if we're not ready for the Premier League, when will we be ready for Europe? When will we? It's all about the here and now. I like 9th or 8th, and then next season, top 7 is on. It may well be on, but what we have to also bring into the equation is Manchester United will improve. Manchester City will improve. Liverpool will improve. Everton will go again. Tottenham, new manager, will improve. Leicester will improve. Wolves may well improve. It's going to be a lot tougher to get in there next season. You know, people are saying we're not ready, let's do this, and I get it. And Oscar says, rightly so, outside of the top 6, he says we're best place to climb up the table. But I just think it's a real tough one to say, are we not ready? Were we ready for Premier League football? Maybe not. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about the here and now. I see people say we haven't got a big enough squad. We need depth. Where's that coming from? My opinion in response to that is Bielsa has never had depth. If you're expecting depth with Bielsa, it ain't happening. Okay, better quality of player, I understand. But if you're expecting a large squad, he's never had a large squad, never wants a large squad, and never will have a large squad. We always said in the Championship, maybe we need more players, 46 games, etc., etc. He never did it. He never changed it. He ain't going to bring in players to sit on the bench. It's not Bielsa's way. He would rather use the under-23s. Hence why we see Pervada, Greenwood, Somerville, Geldart, Creswell. The list goes on. Last season, Robbie Gotch, Jamie Shack, all these, Jordan Stevens, all these players. He will not buy players to sit on the bench. So even if we did get into Europe, if you're expecting big numbers to come in because we need to flesh out a squad, even if it's in 3 seasons' time and Bielsa's still here, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. So if that's your whole ethos for not getting into Europe because the depth isn't big enough, it's never going to be big enough while Bielsa's in charge. That's my opinion. I think it's bang on, if I'm being totally honest. John Smith's comment, nowhere do Leeds need or even want Europa League football. That would be a huge distraction on what could be an immense season to come. It's already an immense season. Would this not be an immense season for us to come into the Premier League and attack and get Europe at the first time of asking, like Wolves did? And I know your response will be, yeah, but look what happened to Wolves. But that's the nature of the beast. I'd rather go experience it than sit around and maybe not even get it, because I know we're all expecting an immense season to come next season. But as I've already said, Man United improved, Liverpool improved, Chelsea definitely improved, Man City improved. There's your top 4. There's your top 4. Spurs go again with a new manager, new ideas, yeah? Leicester, West Ham even could go again. Wolves could be back in the mix. There are a number of teams. That will improve next season. So we've got to bridge that gap even more so. So if it's already here, then just go for it. That's just my opinion. Mayor says, don't see Europe this year. And to be honest, I think it's too soon. Why is it too soon? Why is it too soon? It's all about the here and now. Too soon for who? For you? For Leeds? It's not too soon for Bielsa. It's not too soon for these players. You can't tell me they don't want Europa League or European football. I mean, wouldn't it be better signing players with the lure of Europe, although it's a small competition, the Europa Conference, but give me some of that and, we could fucking win the thing. Then we get Europa League. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, guys, I'm banging this drum. Let's go through some of the fixtures as well, right? Okay, so Tottenham have Sheffield United to play. Okay, they'll probably win that one. We've got Brighton. And this is another thing that we need. Take Spurs out of the equation. Leeds United fixtures are Brighton, Burnley, Southampton and West Brom. We're undefeated in 6. It's largely possible but that this Leeds United side could go undefeated for the rest of the season. Call me deluded if you want. But I said we would get points from, and I'm assuming the guy that called me deluded, Eric, and he's entitled to his opinion. He probably thought we were getting 0 points from the last 3, but we've come through unscathed. We have a possible 27 out of a possible 30 against teams in the bottom 7. Only losing 1, that was against Brighton. But we have Brighton, Burnley, Southampton and West Brom. Look, Southampton on the beach. Burnley safe. West Brom will be done. Brighton, I think we can get a positive result against Brighton. Now, let me say, we need to win the majority of them. And we definitely need to beat Spurs. That goes without saying. They're running. They've got Sheffield United at home. That's in the bag. Then they have Leeds at Ellen Road. Bearing in mind, we are still yet to lose at home to anyone in the Big 6. That fills me with joy, only conceding 2 goals. only conceding 2 goals. I would rather play a Ryan Mason Spurs than a Jose Mourinho Spurs. I know Spurs fans won't agree with that, but that's just my personal opinion for how we will attack that game. They've got Wolves at home. They've got Villa at home. They've got Leicester away. That's 3 very, very tough games for Ryan Mason's Tottenham Hotspur. In Everton, they've got Villa. They've got West Ham, and are higher up in the table and chasing top 4 themselves. You know, they've got Sheffield United, they've got Wolves, and they've got Man City. Another very difficult run. If you were to look at them 3 runs, ours is the most favourable. Ours is the most favourable. That fills me with confidence. We've got to play Spurs. If we beat Spurs, you can't tell me, right, if in 2 games' time we've beaten Brighton and we beat Spurs, then what? 3 games to go. Burnley, Southampton, West Brom, and I'm still deluded. It's only a 2. I just don't understand it, guys. I'm just banging the drum. For me, European football is a possibility, and a very, very high possibility at that. I know I've been banging that drum. I know Mickey P. Kerr's been banging that drum. And I'm trying to convince you that it's the way that it needs to go, man. We are going to get European football. I mean, admittedly, I did say we would go up the first season, but and we never did under Bielsa. But there you go, it swings and roundabouts. But I want you to tell me in the comments why it ain't going to happen and why it is a bad idea, and we'll do a video reacting to them. But I think there's a real possibility that Leeds United get Europe. Our running, it's only 6 points. Don't get me wrong, the running needs to be faultless. But it can be with Bielsa in charge. It can be with this Leeds United side. Get Rafinha back, get Rodrigo back, attack these teams. You know, we put 3 past Southampton, we put 5 past West Brom. It's a real possibility that we can come out of these games unscathed. Spurs is the one. Spurs is the one. I, for one, will be watching all them Tottenham and Everton games with a real keen eye. Because for me, they're going to drop points in them games. And as long as we continue to do as we are and remain undefeated, then top 7 is not out of the realms of possibility. Remember, I told you that. So the running favours us. We've got to play Tottenham, which is absolutely huge. Got to play them. It's only 6 points, a gap that we need to bridge with 5 games left to go. It's very doable. And I just wanted to do this video because I know I got called out on Twitter. Someone called me a derogatory name. I'm being told I'm deluded. I need to retake my medication. Is it really that hard to believe that we can get in there with 5 games left to go? I think not. Get on that hype trip, man. Enjoy it. The season's not over yet. The season is not over yet. European football is on the cards. 5 games to do it. 5 games to go. Make the dream a reality, boys. Thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, share, and make sure you put your comments in and I will react to them. I will react to them if they're decent enough to do that, of course. But thank you, as always, for watching the Just Your Football show. Join me tonight for the Champions League watch-along where Chelsea take on Real Madrid. Come on, Chelsea. That is the first and only last time you will hear a Leeds fan say that. That's due to the fact that Florentino Perez actually owns Real Madrid, and I can't stand that man. He tried to kill football. He is worse than Chelsea for me right now anyway. So come on, Chelsea, tonight. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.